One of the results of the COVID-19 pandemic is the creation of a whole new mythology of the unseen. The microscopic virus and its microscopic worlds of cells and antibodies suddenly brought into our attention. Fear is an important driver of this new mythology, as we only see the damage the disease makes in people's bodies, lives, relationships, livelihoods, but the source of the damage remains obscured. Because the virus cannot be seen, we avoid humans and non-human animals. The fearsome mythos pushes us apart. So really, we are looking at a complex mythology of bodies of others, the microscopic, viral non-life bodies, and the many living bodies. 1,000 worlds end every day. Some are dear to many, some are dear to none. For many, this is nothing new. Yet another disease, another crisis, another death, another end. But for others, it's a new encounter. Unprepared, we look for ways to find ourselves in these new viralscapes, to find kinship from a distance. According to current knowledge, the disease was brought on by an excess of interspecies closeness, and its grim success propelled by a network of global systems of production and consumption. How do we practice care and kinship from a distance? Care and kinship need to be practiced and can be learned. Perhaps, whilst adapting to a more distanced reality in the coming months, we can learn to care more about that which is not immediately present. So I invited a cat and some tigers to my bathroom, much the same way I invite in people these days. The cat is named Kitka. She lives with my relatives. We never really bonded, and I have a feeling she doesn't like me. I don't go to zoos, although I do have to admit I'm easily thrilled by all the charismatic species: dolphins, elephants, giraffes, and large cats. When I first heard about the Bronx Zoo tigers getting ill from COVID-19, I thought it was a profoundly sad manifestation of the multi-species entanglements, showing us tragedies like companionship too. 4 Malayan tigers and 3 lions had a cough, and another tiger was asymptomatic. The zoo is quick to inform that, quote, "The testing of these cats was done in veterinary laboratories and resources used did not take from those being used for human testing." End of quote. Several non-human species can be infected with COVID-19 in a laboratory setting, including golden Syrian hamsters, dogs, macaques, African green monkeys, and common marmosets, but not all are susceptible. One study shows cats and ferrets are more easily infected than dogs. COVID-19 can also infect mink, which are related to ferrets. In the Netherlands, where mink are farmed for their fur, the disease spread through farm populations like wildfire, also infecting farmhouse cats. Infected mink can show no symptoms or develop severe problems, including pneumonia. At one farm, mink COVID-19 mortality reached almost 10%. 2 human workers are believed to have caught the disease from the mink, a zoonosis in reverse. And as a result, over 500,000 Dutch mink have been gassed to death in June alone. Distance as a practice of care is well established in nature conservation, and there is an array of strategies used by activists and advocates to inspire kinship without immediacy and presence, particularly through the use of media and storytelling. Should we, in a way, treat each other as critically endangered species of tiger, valued from a distance? The pandemic gave me new appreciation for communication technologies. However, although necessary, the distance too can prove dangerous. On its own, the mythos of the virus, source of fear that pushes those who believe in it away from one another, can lead us to strive towards a disinfected, filtered, clean world, to abandon the multi-species entanglements which have accompanied us through time and space, and which are effectively allies preparing us to survive encounters with otherwise deadly pathogens. I would therefore like us to concentrate on the mythos of a myriad bodies, microbial and not, to tell stories not only of SARS-CoV-2, but all the dirt that makes us who we are. The pandemic uncovers the patchy, uneven, and internally inconsistent relationships between safety, closeness, distance, and care. This further emphasizes the need for plurality of situated perspectives and a dynamic, adaptive approach. The American CDC warns to walk dogs on a leash at least 6 feet away from others, keep cats indoors when possible, not let house animals interact with people outside the household, but do not put face coverings on pets. Quote, until we learn more about how this virus affects animals, treat pets as you would other human family members to protect them from a possible infection. Because there is a small risk that people with COVID-19 could spread the virus to animals, CDC recommends that pet owners limit their pets' interaction with people outside their household. End of quote. According to American Veterinary Medical Foundation, the World Organization for Animal Health urges, quote, there is no justification in taking measures against companion animals that may compromise their welfare, such as harming them or abandoning them based on unfounded fears over COVID-19. End of quote. I can surround myself by images and imaginations of others, human and non-human. But Kitka will not suddenly like me the next time I visit, and I will probably never even meet any of these tigers. But this doesn't mean all that is formed is my fondness for an imagined cat. Viral imaginaries of multi-species assemblages and entanglements are a strategy for the coming months, and perhaps something from this experience can stay with us for the future. A future where we don't have to see a caged tiger to care about the preservation of tiger habitats, and where we don't abandon pet cats and dogs. A future where we can practice care and kinship from a distance. Care and not forget. Stay away. Care for another. Care for the other. The body of a virus. The body of a tiger. The body of a house cat. The body of a human.